On August 8, 2023, a sudden and massive outbreak of wildfires raged across the island of Maui in the state of Hawaii. As of the time of writing this speech on August 16, 2023, the fires have claimed the lives of 106 people, with allegedly hundreds still unaccounted for, making it the deadliest wildfire in recorded Hawaiian and American history. This is a tragedy quite unlike any other, particularly because it is happening in the heart of one of America's more historically ignored for resources states in favor of seemingly placating the whims of tourists. The undeniable classist and racist overtones by the broader media response of indignance to being requested by the native people of Hawaii to stay away and to evacuate is certainly worth exploring. The questions that I want to ask are, how did it get to be this bad? How did we not see this coming? And why are responses to wildfires always catastrophic? Hello everyone, my name is Tristan Quirum, and today I ask, how do wildfires start? How can we work to prevent them? And how can we be better prepared for their eventuality? According to Claire Wolters of National Geographic, wildfires are only 10 to 15% naturally occurring, while the remaining 85 to 90% are often started by man-made means, including arson, poorly doused campfires, and discarded cigarettes. I repeat for emphasis, the remaining 85 to 90% of wildfire causes are done by man-made means. The statistic shows how prevalent our contributions to these natural disasters are, and reflexively how we may be able to further prevent them. Wildfires are a frequent and incredibly dangerous problem in the modern era. As stated before, wildfires begin more commonly through human causes, such as climatological alterations or poorly maintained forest floors, but these are broadly out of control of the average person. So what can we do? And does what we do actually help? Some solutions to this particular issue are relatively simple, such as properly dousing any open flames, properly disposing of flammable materials, and staying informed of the conditions of the area that you live in or plan to visit, and writing sternly worded emails and letters to your representatives. Wildfires have been particularly distressing of late. Within the last few years, there have been a number of markedly catastrophic wildfires, such as the infamous El Dorado gender reveal wildfire, and the most recent being the Lahaina Maui wildfire. Sources are unclear as to how this most deadly wildfire in the modern United States history started, but according to a quote from Major General Kenneth Hara of the Hawaii Army National Guard in Emily May Zatcher's article for CBS, How Did the Maui Wildfire Start? What can we know about the cause of the Lahaina blaze? Quote, we don't know what actually ignited the fires, but we were made aware in advance by the National Weather Service that we were in a red flag situation. This displays a broad-spanning issue regarding the awareness of poor environmental conditions that create the perfect opportunity for devastating blazes. The issue being a seeming malaise or disregard for the environment as a whole to create conditions non-conducive to wildfires. An especially interesting contributing factor to such conditions may have played out due to a dispute over water distribution across Maui. According to Claire Rush of AP News, there is a shortage of water to be used to douse fires due to an ongoing legal battle between various environmentalists and private companies over the distribution of water from Maui East streams. This ethically malicious practice shows a disregard for environmental factors contributing to the cause and spread of more devastating fires throughout the U.S. and across the world. Further causes could be attributed to a possible sparking issue that is posited by Jennifer Pribble, a researcher for the Maui Bird Conservation Center, in a quote to Ms. Zatcher of CBS, that high winds during the extremely dry season may have caused a tree to fall onto a power line, sparking and igniting the drought-affected area. This theory posits yet another point of carelessness in maintenance by larger forces than we average people. There are yet more reasons to be displeased with the situation at large, but none more prevalent, I think, than the role that tourists play. Entitlement to resources by classist mindsets of mildly to broadly affluent people planning vacations to Maui has been a problem for nearly a century, but it is particularly prevalent now. The island and the entire state of Hawaii has had a more than upsetting history with tourists and tourism. As said by an anonymous hotel worker on the island to Max Matza of the BBC, quote, "You're kind of raised to hate the tourists, but that's really the only way to work on the islands. If it's not in hospitality, then it's in construction." This is an example of the former island nation's tourism economy, where nearly 4 out of every $5 generated on the island is at the hands of tourists. So what do? There's a few solutions. Firstly, you can contribute to relief funds dedicated to affected communities. Alternatively, or consecutively, you can send letters to your representatives to lobby action for more ecological resources and programs to better care for our land. Programs such as parks clearing and controlled burns. According to the Department of the Interior, you can also be mindful of your own possible contributions to fire hazards, such as keeping yourself informed of the local conditions of areas that you live in or are planning to visit, dousing open flames entirely until the remains retain no heat, and not using fireworks or sparking objects near dry brush. To reiterate, wildfires are one of the United States' more pressing natural disasters of late. This is due to a multitude of factors, mostly consisting of man-made causes. We can better prepare ourselves and better prevent these disasters from happening by being conscious of local conditions, practicing rigorous fire safety in high-risk areas, and petitioning local, state, and federal officials to take more action to fund prevention techniques. Our world is burning, literally. Every year, thousands of acres of land are destroyed by wildfires. In 2022 alone, 3.3 million acres were razed to the ground. The cost of these disasters does not come only in monetary value or proprietary value, but in the value of human lives. According to the U.S. Fire Administration, the trend of deaths each year to wildfires is increasing, with 2020 wildfires claiming 3,790 lives and 2021 4,316. With the Maui fires, there have only been 106 as of the time of writing. There are ways to prepare and there are ways to prevent, but both require action and the willingness to act. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful rest of your day.